Welcome to Chapter 4 of my brother's renovation. You may be wondering where I am. Well, I'm at home because I'm going to record the whole process for you, since today is going to be a really intense day. We have to choose materials not just for the floor, but also for the walls, the bathrooms, well, the bathroom, the kitchen, and so on. Also, today is October 31st, so we're celebrating Halloween at home. By the way, it's... Bone. Backwards. 8:15 in the morning. At 9, I have to go pick up my brother. Then I have to come back to tidy up the house, decorate it for Halloween, make Halloween dinner, get dressed up, and take care of the guests. It's great to have family, but anyway, you'll see all of this in the video. Well, I haven't mentioned it, but I have to coordinate several materials for the villa. Next week, we're going away for work, and then we'll come back to the villa. I also need to have my suitcase half packed and all that. Every year we decorate the house with the same decorations, honestly, but we've been collecting quite a lot of Halloween stuff. And so, well, we have quite a lot to distribute and do. It's like a haunted house that's already become legendary in our home. And both my cousin and Yvonne's nieces, well, they love the haunted house thing, but actually, no. The rest of us love watching them go through it. We have it. The truth is that my brother wanted to go earlier than 9, but the problem is that as soon as I got up, I have to answer quite a few emails and edit because I had some pending edits. So we're leaving a little late, Yala, the jacket, and we've got it ready. Let's go. It's starting to get a bit chilly. Oh my, when this happens, it means winter is coming. Since we also want to work in the apartment, I'm bringing my work clothes here. Let's see if we have time for everything. Well, we've just arrived at Bar Wiper Field, which is where we're going to choose the materials for both the floor and the walls of the kitchen and bathroom. I'm going to show it to my brother since, as you know, we used it in the villa. The bathroom looks amazing, and he wants his apartment to be just as impressive. Let's review the materials and see what goes where. First, let's select the floor, because the floor is one of the most important elements, and it will also define the rest of the elements and walls throughout the entire home. So Paco is showing us here the different types that exist, and this one would be the large format one. Well, we've already been here talking for a little while and so on, and he was telling us that it was laminated.
Right, as I told your brother, it's a new product made at the Chrono Swiss factory in Switzerland. This product is innovative because though made from wood particle board with encapsulated resins, it resists water. You can use it in the kitchen, as I think you will, or in the bathroom. It works well because it's a local wood derivative, eliminating transportation and container carbon footprints. It's a great natural product for your home and very easy to install. Here are the 4 colors for the large format. Compared to the smaller one, it'll look great in the living room. This is also an important feature. It has synchronized pores. If you hold this up to the light, you'll see the pattern on the paper matches the texture exactly. At home, seeing it against the light gives a very authentic, natural wood feel.
We're between this type of flooring and then vinyl, right? Yes, I really like vinyl because, well, now
We have it. Vinyl is trendy now with SPCs and many brands everywhere. Let's look at this example I'm about to show you.
This one is very different from what you usually see.
Yes, that's a product that lets you point to Hungary. It's technically called a chevron. The advantage is, although there are many small slats, installation is easy since it's just one slat. It's a diagonal, not a straight cut. We only have one side, so is there a right and left? When you see it at home, you'll check both sides. It forms a perfect arrow and the continuity looks great. Look, both products have their advantages. That's already a personal matter. If you prefer vinyl or Arturion, which is made from wood, that's up to you and your brother.
We're undecided between these 2 colors because they're both very pretty and it's hard to choose, right? Yes?
Which is best and most suitable?
Of course that's true. When we see it in the light, we'll be able to see it better once we have the whole sample set, right? And we put it there on the floor and everything, and then we make the final decision. Although for me, like this, in this pattern, well, I've always called it herringbone, but I'm not sure.
It's technically called herringbone, like the one over there, but it's not. The tips line up. I mean, the end of one, if you look, it doesn't make an arrow. It ends with the side of the other. When they meet at the tip in an arrow, it's called Hungarian point or chevron. This is herringbone. It's common for people to call this herringbone since it's a more familiar term.
Right? So as for the floors, we'll finish deciding once we have all the samples laid out on the floor. And now let's move on to the topic of kitchen walls. At first my brother wanted something like this, more gray tones, right? Albert? Yes.
And I think the ultra matte finish we talked about could look really cool. Yes, because it's also quite resistant. And for the kitchen, it could work well. Yes. And then for the bathroom?
Here in the showroom, we have full panels on display, while over there is another display.
This is one of the ones you like the most, right? Yes, this matte one.
Why?
But the wooden ones too. This one is nice.
For the part covering the front of the kitchen with a black touch, it looks very nice.
That's the one at the villa, but just to avoid repeating.
And I told him even one wall is enough.
Panel, well, like the one we have over there. In the bathroom, yes.
In the villa's bathroom, we put that one, but...
It's still like that, more cement-like. Is that how you say it?
First, we decide if you want the kitchen.
For example, here's how I see it.
See it, yes. That's another thing, another terrazzo.
It's not ugly, it's really cool.
It's very beautiful.
I prefer the grayish tones, which are a very similar color.
Then there's this one that's more like concrete, but well, maybe it's too rustic. It doesn't have any texture, but it gives the feeling that it's real concrete. Not for the whole wall, but together it might look good for eating.
Like this for cooking, it is.
Very pretty.
But then maybe we need to tone down the color of the kitchen cabinets, maybe...
Yes, look, it would look really nice too, right? The countertop would also be a beige tone.
Of course, you also have to find something that logically matches well with the cabinets, but also fits with the rest of the space.
Yes, since it's also a kitchen dining room, it should be.
Elegant, so it doesn't just look like a kitchen. Yes, maybe one of these.
No, I'm not going to overdo it with black either, because no.
It takes away a lot.
Color, but as a front, yes.
The slate?
The slate is really cool too.
Or black, a glossy black matte.
I'll say I really like this one, since it matches the wood theme well.
This example works well for a bathroom since it can get wet and be placed in the shower.
With some design, right? Here.
There's a design.
Shower walls, and then yes.
The sunset, exactly.
Hand washing area, a very nice, backlit forward. This one's really cool. Do you prefer this one or like them both the same?
I like both. It also depends on what we pair them with, right?
These three shades look great together.
The Emperor is stunning. Wear it on your chest if you like. Shine.
No.
More classic.
More classic.
It's a bit like the Sabana, because since it's a stone, it's like a marble. You have the different patterns. It depends on which one has more veining or less veining. That's the beauty. It looks like real stone, not artificial.
Of course.
These three would actually go well together.
It's spectacular, and the brownish streaks add to it.
Like...
That lace. Look, exactly. These colors match with this one here with this one. I think it looks amazing. It would also look really nice, right? Something like that. Wow, how beautiful, right?
This matches. This nearly does.
It works for a bathroom like this and a slightly grayer kitchen. We also haven't mentioned that this one would fit well.
Or if we put this one in the bathroom, maybe we can also put this one in the kitchen. I like this, especially for the kitchen front.
I just saw this here.
Install the profile to ensure both panels are properly leveled.
For the joint, since it would end up like this, that way we leave.
2 millimeters, you have 2 millimeters left. Yes, so you can adjust it, since the piece is also adjustable. This lets you in the 260 if the wall isn't perfect. When you put several on, you align them perfectly. Then you unscrew it and remove it.
Very practical. There are also silicones, right? For each one?
Yes, we have the matching product for each one. Each one has its equivalent in the putty for joining them together.
These are the little profiles for inside corners, right? Yes.
Exactly, for the interior. You can also make it flush, but then both pieces will have a small joint inside. There are black, white, silver, and gold colors. If you decide not to add anything else now, you can paint later. Well, you use this one, there's this one that's rounded, and then you have another one that's square too, in case you prefer a square one. There's always white, black, silver, or gold.
Well, both the gold and...
This one, I think it would look great on you since the gold lines could really suit you.
The aluminum looks great, especially if the faucet and other fixtures are also aluminum.
You can also match them. We'll talk about the baseboard, but anyway, also check the baseboard, see if white looks good or if you prefer it in color. We have it custom made, the one that matches the floor. We have it waterproof, and we have it in medium density fiberboard in both versions. Since we're installing a water resistant floor, we should use a water resistant baseboard. That's always better. Those are made of foamed polyvinyl chloride, so you can mop them daily without moisture issues. That's it.
It's perfect.
Also, we manufacture it ourselves, which is why we make it in exactly the same color as the floor, and we cover it with vinyl of the same material. If not, we have any shades you want, or just white. There are various shades. We have more than 100 types of baseboards, so we would find the one that matches the floor you like.
Also, take a look at the acoustic panels.
Yes, we're launching this now. I'm not sure if we'll make it in time to see it though. These coverings are panels, also large format, 260 in height by 60. And well, you have different designs. Here you have thumbnails of how it looks. But well, here you have a slightly bigger piece, and if you pick it up, you'll see that it's super lightweight, it weighs very little. It's called Acoustic Wall. Use it as a headboard in hallways, kids' rooms, or for working from home. Since it's felt, it dampens sound and adds acoustic comfort to your decor.
Great as decor and very easy to install. Just stick it on.
You can stick it on just like with the cover thing. Since it's so light, you could use Velcro. Just stick it in the room and attach this to it. Also, the panel, if in the future you want to change it, you can remove it. You can take one out and put another one in.
You can be
Removable, you can do it with summer and winter mattresses. Can I have a summer room and a winter room? So that's how it is, huh? Yes.
It's a great invention. I see it. A great invention, right? I mean, since we're at it, we can take a look at the medium density fiberboard, but 3D.
You know that at Body Perfil we have coverings like Coverting, which is aluminum composite. We have foamed polyvinyl chloride. We have Barry Decor. It might be better for do-it-yourself use, depending on the type of installation you want. It has double-sided adhesive and it's very easy to install. No, well, you're a very skilled installer, but really, anyone could do this. We have medium density fiberboard, 3D and digital designs that can usually be glued directly if the surface is perfect. Alternatively, you can use battens to make a framework and glue it, which works too.
It's cool, isn't it?
It would be impossible. For the hut, yes.
I have this one right here for the villa. This one. Well, it's this one. It's spectacular. Yes.
Yes.
It looks like it has texture.
Yes, you can see it in the video, but in person, it's hard to believe it's not a print unless you touch it. It really looks like real wood. This is comic style, bolder. If you have a room for video games, a coffee shop, or a station, it looks good.
Very fun.
But yes, yep. Also, there are different comic scenes.
Let's say, can you buy this in a store?
Yes, this one now. Later, we have the Perfil warehouses in Bauhaus, plus Decor and Body Decor.
And also,
Body Wall B is also available near Body Wall.
let's say the difference is that it has like...
This is an alveolar polyvinyl chloride. I don't know if you can see it here. It's very light. Let's see, it's also more for home use. It's not as professional as a Coverting because the resistance isn't as important, but it works perfectly for a humid space to create multiple uses. In the end, it resists water, the seal it has is airtight, and it's also very easy to install. You can cut it perfectly with a box cutter. These two. You would need a saw to do it, or as you said, a jigsaw or a circular saw, but this one, if not, you could also cut it with a box cutter.
This applies to a bedroom headboard too, right? Yes, it would look cool. A specific wall in the library office.
Library, yes, a little section. Combine it with acoustic. Acoustic walls can be paired with medium density fiberboard foam or honeycomb walls.
Of course, great. So we have it, right? Yes? We'll take it. Now to choose, we'll take the sample.
Now we have to choose.
Exactly. Well, we've just arrived at the apartment and you can already see how things are going, right? Wow, oh my goodness. While we were looking at the materials, they've been here working, removing the tiles with the jackhammer, right? With the hammer drill. With
the hammer drill, the tile, well...
Wow, amazing, huh? How was it stuck to the tiles? Is it hard, huh? It
heats up because...
Is it hard? No? Of course, I'll go. Fernando, yes. Well, it's still easy. Huh, man, is this already halfway? Yes. He's excited and wants to show you.
With the perspective, right?
Ah, well, yes, like, no, this is the cover for the wall. What color? Brown? Yes.
No, this is the brown one. This one is very pretty. This one is very pretty. This one is very pretty. Show her the floors. This one's for the kitchen, right? Do we still need to decide? I showed you. It's cool, isn't it? The cape and everything. How handsome. Hi, yes, it's really cool. It could be either a large franchise or an arrow type option.
Or I wouldn't choose one that's too dark or too light.
Something in the middle, right between those two. Wow, how nice does that one look?
But are the pieces like that?
Yes, because of course when you combine one with the other, it creates a kind of herringbone pattern.
Like this, and the other one goes like this.
The color is very nice because it's in between the two, like we were saying. Also, the one that brings us the box will be more.
A bit more to this one, right?
Yes, a little bit darker, just a little.
Just a little bit darker.
That shade looks great, right? Did it not stand out much over there? It looks cool and natural here.
It sounds very different.
Oh, it goes like...
In fact, they're going to send us a box so we can try a little piece with the herringbone type, and that way we can get a better idea. It's very original. Wow, it's really original, huh? This is large format. The texture matches the grain and everything.
So how would it go? He says that...
Towards the light.
If you come from over there, that's how it should continue for you, of course.
Of course, but the light comes.
From there. But would it be like that?
The throw,
Long as well. Has to be.
right? Does it look better? The narrowest area also faces the light. Therefore, it would give a greater sense of space if they were facing the light. Both look very nice. It's true that it looks a little better there. The orange tone matches very well.
To make the structure with adjustable supports,
He's very handsome, isn't he? And this is our first meal here.
The temporary kitchen.
We're using the kitchen we set up last episode for the first time.
But it was unexpected, you know? At first, we planned to eat at home since it's closed, but then I realized we have pans, a fridge, and the supermarket next door.
I suggested we eat at home. You agreed. What about your brother? Where? At which table?
Here at the camping table, damn it.
If it's too high,
Yes, we have everything. Well, but what about the stools?
We could go home now, unlike in the village, but we don't.
No, but since we have everything, it's not necessary. If not, I'll come back down later. Feeling lazier, right? Just want something quick.
Oh, we're here rethinking the whole thing about the bedrooms and everything because at first the walk-in closet was going to go right where the kitchen is now. Thinking it over and everything. He mainly mentioned the noise issue. Where he wanted the bedroom, it's noisier than here, which is fairly isolated. So, if we made the bedroom in this room on the other side of the house, the walk-in closet would go here in the smallest room of the house and here where his bedroom was originally going to be. But he faces the problem that the window faces the street, so there's much more noise. There's less privacy, so to speak. Well, here there would be a study library because he wants to make a sort of library to put all his books and, well, to be able to work. Hey, you've got quite a study here, you know? And here would be his workshop for machines to make little wooden things, you know, all that kind of stuff. This would be kind of the layout, and here you'd have the bathroom for all these rooms, which is the one we've been talking about converting to put it in this bathroom. I'm already home. I'm bringing up the last packages because I have another renovation pending. I had to go to my parents because the materials were delivered there, but now I have everything at home. Now the next step is to tidy up the house, which is a complete mess. I also brought the folding table because we were running out of space. We need space for 13 people, so we organized the house and the table. Now we're moving on to getting dressed. Actually, I'd like to wear the colorful robe. The blonde is coming out and I say, well then. I'll put it on before the party, but I might be short on time. I'm going to try. If not, well, that's it. Maybe another day.
Like yesterday at gymnastics, we were all in costume.
This room, oh, it's so stuffy. I wasn't expecting you. I wasn't expecting you here. No, who are you? Cheeky? Acting like you own the place. He's so cute. What an adorable thing. He looks like a little tiger. Hey, where are you going? Oh, wow. It's very big, Chickatine. Well, not so little. But where is this cat going? Oh, wow, he's going into the tunnel, but, I'm going to have to go inside. Come here. I think what he wanted to look for was mice or something like that.
These areas are restricted.
If my mom sees that I'm showing this, oh, this cat is so cute, please. Well, affectionate, not really, but it's very cute. My mom told me it's the cat of the neighbor next door. And well, I've come here to my parents' house. We didn't have much time to make progress today on my brother's project, but soon I have to go home. And before that, I wanted to do something. On Monday, we'll come back and make a bit more progress on the apartment. Good morning. Well then, oh, it's a new day. This afternoon, I'm going to my brother's apartment to work on some things we still have left to do. I've been told we have some surprises. Let's just say that other things have been moving forward. We'll see it together because I haven't seen the progress they've made. But they were working on it on Sunday. Today is Monday. I've already come back from the gym. I also had time to edit before going to the gym. Now I'm going to eat. I stopped by Mercadona, bought the food, will prepare it and head straight there. I stopped by there because I forgot to take the fish out of the freezer, and this fish has me absolutely fascinated. The gallineta, because gallineta is expensive, honestly. Well, 15 euros per kilo, but this fish is so good. Honestly, it's delicious. The thing is, a while ago, well, my grandmother used to buy it and it was super good, but then they changed it. I don't know why. Another type of gallineta I can't really say, and it wasn't as good, but now they've brought it back again. And I said, wow, this is so good. And I went to get it, and also quinoa, because I had already run out. So that's it. Let's make lunch, and then we'll head to the apartment. This week we're going to San Sebastian, because you see, and he does a super event with a mega challenge. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to going. The thing is, I have less time this week because we're leaving on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Thursday afternoon we'll come back. So I only have Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So I can make some progress on the project. Yes, just that one and the rooftop one, since I want to work on the rooftop project too. I'm not sure I'll have time. We're leaving for the villa next week, so I can't count on that week either. So I can make a lot of progress on my brother's floor and the rooftop, but well, little by little we're moving forward. By the way, do you remember that I hit myself with a hammer, that it turned into a butterfly? I think I'll have a scar once the scab is gone. I believe I'll be left with a mark, because before, well, sometimes I hit myself or something like that. And the outline stayed on me, so I thought, wow, if it stays like that, it'd be cool to get it tattooed, right? Honestly, I don't like that it's so visible, but if it's gonna leave a mark, oh well. It would be the first tattoo I've ever gotten in my whole life. I mean, I haven't gotten one until now, because as always, my piercings and stuff have gotten infected, so I haven't really trusted getting a tattoo, but could it look cool? It's true that when I'm an old lady, let's say, and my whole hand is wrinkled, the butterfly will probably look kind of lame. I don't know how that'll look over the years, but, well, I don't know, I'll think about it. If you enjoy our videos, subscribing and hitting like helps us create more content. Well, I'm here in the apartment with my mother, who has been working this weekend, and well, that's it. She came to show me the new things. Let's see what they've done. My masterpiece. Oh!
Let's go smoother.
It's very good. Let's see, with a bit of light. There's only that small light. We have the blind. I made this one by hand. Let's see.
Halfway, because you can't touch it.
In this one we had the paper and a small problem. A part of the wall fell off. How is it? It's fine. Look over there.
We did it on Sunday.
It looks perfect. It looks really good, huh? A little sanding and that's it. What do you think?
You? I think one coat will cover it. That's enough, right?
What's that noise? Come on. Oh. At first glance, it looks good. Once you choose it, you appreciate it. This one, yes.
Which is a little worse.
From here, it looks very worn out, huh? It looks really, really worn out.
This one does look a little hand.
There's another one there. We had time for that one, right? I understand, correct?
It would go badly. I was going slow because I prefer to do it right, with enough, using one hand.
Oh, but you had to use the anti-humidity mortar here, right? And also in the kitchen area, correct? Also, yes, you made guides too, right?
Yes, your father made guides and it's done.
Very good. The thing is, I don't know.
If this wall also needs to be plastered, just a little bit?
Yes, even if it's just the bigger lumps, let's say, these pieces that have fallen off and so on, that's fine.
Right? Did Sunday go well? It really did, honestly, yes.
It was quite productive, yes.
Yesterday, episode 3 just came out, if I remember correctly, about the renovation here, my brother's apartment. We had a talk right here about the style, and many of you mentioned the industrial style that could suit him and that I didn't show it to him. The truth is that before we met, we had already talked, of course. You probably saw I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes of conversation, but we have talked for hours and hours. And he sent me a bunch of photos of kitchens, dining rooms, and other things he liked. So none of them reminded me of the industrial style. In fact, I didn't see any signs that he might like that kind of kitchen because they looked nothing like what he had been sending me. In fact, the 3 styles I selected, I chose them precisely because I saw a lot of similarities with the things he liked. So, I want to make sure it's not just me thinking it's not his style, but then it turns out to be the one he actually likes the most. When we see him again, I don't know if we'll see him today or if it will be another day. I'll show him the industrial style and let him decide so he can consider it if he likes it. Although he already knows the industrial style well, it's a well-known style that stands out. So I imagine he would have already told me if he wanted to go more for that style. But anyway, just to be sure, in case it's his dream style, I'll show it to him. We need to hear what he says and comments, then we'll decide. Anyway, I wanted to tell you something. The style we've chosen for the apartment is mid-century modern, and this is important. Modern, contemporary. It's not the more traditional classic style, it's the more modern side. But still, he's going to choose what he likes. If it fits within that style, great. And if it doesn't, of course, what's most important is what fits him and what he likes. Therefore, if there's anything or any room or any material or whatever you mention, well, it's just that this doesn't even remotely resemble the mid-century style, so you should know that's the reason. Because in the end, his choice will always be ultra mega important, what he likes, what he wants to put in his apartment. Naturally, style will take a back seat. I didn't mention this in the last video, but that's exactly how it is, just like many times in the villa. It's Balinese style, but there are many things that wouldn't quite fit within the Balinese style. But since we like it, we put it there anyway, so we can look for inspiration photos and have some way to classify it. Yes, we look for a main style, but there are many variables and options within it that can change a lot. They've also fixed the entire lower part, which we're going to cover with moisture-resistant mortar, as I mentioned, to prevent moisture from rising up. Actually, it's already looking pretty fixed up. Okay, so why did my mom and I come here today? Well, to take measurements, because at first we already have everything more or less planned out.
We still need to finish the walls. They've made a lot of progress.
This one won't have plaster, only these 3 will, so it's more or less ready. And what we've thought is to see more progress and distribute the work. We're going to move forward with the dining room and kitchen first, and then we'll continue with the bedrooms. So there are still things left to do here. The 4 wall details, the part of the ceiling that has those typical older panels, we need to cover them up. We've also had doubts about this, because honestly, the design isn't ugly at all. It's actually quite original, but it's true. First, my brother prefers it plain, and second, if it's completely plain. It feels more spacious, unlike the design, which makes the area seem smaller. The next step will be to install the floor. But ideally, we should move forward with the kitchen, because actually we should first install the kitchen cabinets and then the floor. Bar Ipafil said the kitchen must be installed first, then the floor should be laid up to the kitchen legs, followed by the baseboard. Let's say the floor shouldn't go under the kitchen. All vinyl floors and laminate floors need to have an expansion gap. And if we put something very heavy on top of that floor, we don't allow it to expand with temperature changes. Therefore, ideally, it shouldn't be under the kitchen. So ideally, the kitchen should go first, then the floor. However, I think we can move forward simultaneously, because if we start laying the floor from here, which is the idea, we would fit it with this hallway here and move towards there. Since we're going to orient it towards the light, it will go that way, so we'll move forward like that. Therefore, we can start laying the floor and then place the kitchen over here and finish here with the final touch on the floor. More or less, it will fall around this area here. If we say the kitchen is about 60 centimeters, then it would be up to here, more or less. But anyway, the point is that we have to move forward through the kitchen. I told my mom, let's go there, take the measurements, figure out exactly where to put everything, and so on. I've already talked it over with my brother, so that's what we're going to do. Take the measurements, lay out the plan, and show it to my brother. Although he's already done several kitchen designs. I was gonna say that he has clear ideas, but no, he doesn't have them clear. He has quite a few doubts. So let's see if we can find the ideal kitchen for this space. This kitchen is about 345 long, and the idea is that the width goes more or less up to here, which is where the wall used to be. That is, it would be 243. How much did I say? 375? Well, 240 for sure. Oh my, what a memory I have. Honestly, it's unbelievable. 240 by 345. It's quite a large kitchen, not huge, but it's pretty spacious. Here's where the debate starts. I'll show you option A and option B, and you can tell me which you think is more suitable. Both have good things and bad things. So it's about considering the overall option to find what's most interesting. In option A, we would have an area here for washing the dishes. Here would be tall cabinets, and over here would be the kitchen area, let's say the stove and so on. And here we would have a peninsula, which is definitely going to be there, because it's something my brother has always wanted. But it's not like he's ever actually thought about it, right? Like, I've always wanted a peninsula. But when he saw the apartment, he kind of imagined that a peninsula would look good here. If it were my apartment, I wouldn't put one. But he kind of likes the peninsula, so there will definitely be a peninsula here, and here, well, the 60-centimeter cabinets will go, right? So option A, as we've said, all of this would be like a work area, here for cooking, work area, here all tall cabinets, and here would be the area for washing the dishes. This would be option A. At first it was the option he liked the most, but then we started considering different options. And we also found another alternative that I find very interesting, which would be the entire front with lower and upper cabinets. Here the area for washing the dishes, here the area for the cooktop, and all of this with tall cabinets. That is, here would go the fridge, a pantry, and then another one. We think it could fit. I'm not really sure about this, but if each one measured 60, we're talking about 120, that's 2 up to here, and then one of 40. Yes, I think so, that almost 3 tall cabinets could fit. I think this option is more practical and looks better, right? Having all the tall cabinets on this side and all the lower cabinets on this one. His concern was that there would be like a gap here. Because, of course, if the tall cabinet goes here and the peninsula goes here, all this space kind of goes to waste. But we thought about it and found the solution of putting up shelves. That is, I could put the coffee maker and the toaster on the shelves there. Little things, whether they're small appliances or just for decoration. Well, 4 little plants and that's it. So that would be solved too. These would be the 2 options. I don't know which one you like more. Not just in terms of aesthetics, but which one do you think is more practical? My vote goes to the second one, because that's kind of how we decided to do it in the apartment, and I found it super comfortable. The fact that you can have the kitchen here, every time you get dishes dirty and so on, you have everything close by to wash them. Then here you'll have the dishwasher, everything is kind of together. On the other hand, if you're cooking here and suddenly you have to wash the dishes, you have to go over here to wash them, which, well, it's an extra step. But I find it more convenient to have everything together, one thing with the other. If you recall, in the apartment, the area with the tall cabinets is similar, except they're on a different side of the wall, more like this. It's open and there's the pantry area, the fridge, there's a small corner, and then the whole kitchen area comes next. Every time we've stayed at the apartment, it's been comfortable and worked out well for us. I think that design could work here too. Both options will look great, so if you can vote for them, that would be wonderful. Even with the layout ready, many decisions remain. Also things like colors, handles, the arrangement of drawers or the dresser, well, lots of little details. But anyway, we'll be looking at all of this in upcoming videos. I think we're going to end today's video here because it's turned out super long. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon in upcoming videos.